there friends, it's me Peter, and welcome to day 23 of my 25 days of Christmas reviews, and day 4 of my 5-day look at A Christmas Carol and its adaptations. On this Christmas Eve, I am going to go back and look at another actual adaptation of A Christmas Carol instead of a parody like I did yesterday. As I said in yesterday's video, today's adaptation is a little bit different. That's because it's the musical version of A Christmas Carol from 2004. This time around, Kelsey Grammer takes the reins as Ebenezer Scrooge, and I have to say, he's actually not that bad as the character. He's got this amazing scowl on throughout the whole movie, and he handles Scrooge's transformation very, very well. It's a very believable transition, going from this curmudgeon who just doesn't care about Christmas to slowly opening his heart and realizing, maybe I shouldn't be such a Scrooge, as it were, on Christmas. I especially love the scenes where he's interacting with Tiny Tim. You get the impression that he's really having a great time in that role. There's a couple creative decisions that the production team did for this movie that I also enjoyed. Chief among them, having the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future appear as townspeople within the town. The ghost of Christmas past is a woman trying to light a streetlight. The Ghost of Christmas Present is trying to sell tickets to a play, and the Ghost of Christmas Past is an old blind woman begging for money. They also made a really interesting choice that I don't think was in the book, where they made Scrooge's father a criminal who went to prison for financial crimes and who told his son to save your money and keep it for yourself, thereby implying that that's the way Scrooge became who he was. I don't know if it's necessarily needed per se, but it's actually not all that bad of an addition. Certainly explains some of Scrooge's behavior. And the entire Ghosts of Christmas Yet to Come scene I love. It all takes place in a cemetery. Everything. Including the part with the Cratchit family. That also takes place at the cemetery. Very good creative decision there, and I thought it worked out very well. But let's get to the elephant in the room, the music. I'm going to say straight up here, I don't like musicals when they're in movie form. If they're on stage, I love them. I love seeing musicals on stage because that's where they were meant to be performed. But on TV, it loses some of its magic because you're not actually sitting there watching a live performance and interacting with the actors. You're watching a pre-taped presentation, and it just doesn't have the same feel. And as a result, I wasn't a fan of much of the music here. Some of it was good. I liked where they made some of the songs lines from the actual book to kind of help move the process along. I enjoyed that. But some of the songs I feel just went on for way too long. In particular, The Ghost of Christmas Present has this really long musical number that I just don't feel it went anywhere. I just didn't feel it was all that necessary. There's also a scene at the beginning where they're singing this really upbeat and happy Christmas song as this father and his daughter are walking out of the bank, upset that Scrooge won't give them an extension on their mortgage payment. It just clashed too much with me. I wasn't a huge fan of it. Also, they have Jason Alexander play the ghost of Jacob Marley, and I'm sorry, I could not keep a straight face during any of his scenes. I just kept seeing George Costanza in a wig, because that's pretty much what it is. And I feel bad because Jason Alexander is a very good singer. He actually does very well singing here. But I just feel this was the wrong role for him. He should have played one of the ghosts if he played anybody. And not the ghost of Jacob Marley. I mean, maybe like the Ghost of Christmas Past or the Ghost of Christmas Future or the Ghost of Christmas Present even. There's a couple other plot points I didn't like either. Namely, the way Scrooge treats Fezziwig in the past after he has lost his business. I mean, Scrooge just treats him awfully, and there's no evidence in the novel that that's what happened. In fact, Fezziwig is actually responsible for some of Scrooge's best memories, so it doesn't really make any sense for him to be rude to him, even if that is his personality, since they were pretty close to each other. I also don't think Kelsey Grammer can pull off sadness very well. He did very well in the scenes where Scrooge is supposed to be angry, and he did very well in the scenes where Scrooge is supposed to be happy. But he just didn't do the sadness very well, at least in my opinion. Now, let me be straight here. This was not a bad adaptation. I don't think it was bad at all. I just personally don't like musicals and couldn't really get into it. But it was pretty faithful to the book, even if they did take some liberties, and overall, it wasn't awful. So, I'm going to give the 2004 version of A Christmas Carol a 3 out of 5. Thanks for watching my latest Christmas review, my friends. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos from me, simply click that subscribe button down below. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, friends, on Christmas Eve, when I take a look at the last Christmas movie I'm reviewing for this holiday season. And it is, of course, my final review of A Christmas Carol adaptation. Which one will it be? Well, tune in tomorrow and find out. But until then, this is Peter saying see you later.